Welcome to the LocusNOC Dashboard page. The dashboard page provides customizable displays that allow for quick analysis of an entire fleet, group, portfolio, or an individual site. This video will give you an introduction to the dashboard feature, including available default dashboards, as well as an overview of dashboard customization. Navigate to the dashboard by selecting the icon from the top header from any page in LocusNOC. To select a particular entity and view the corresponding dashboard, use the Search Browse pane on the left side of the page. Along the top of this list, you will see an option for the fleet, which is currently selected to view the fleet dashboard. Here you can also select a particular group to view a dashboard for a set of sites, as in a portfolio dashboard view. Components are listed in the Search Browse pane on the left, but we do not currently support component-level dashboards. However, any custom site dashboard can pull in any component-level data. We'll see an example of this a little later. You can narrow the Search Browse pane by searching or selecting a pre-existing group and select any of the sites listed to show a site-specific dashboard. For example, if we want to view the dashboard for site 008, we would just need to click the checkbox in the list on the left to move to the dashboard for that specific site. You can also navigate to a site-specific dashboard directly from the overview page by clicking on the dashboard icon on the left side of the page, next to the site of interest. For example, if we want to navigate directly to the site 008 dashboard, simply click on this icon on the left. The Current Site Performance dashboard provides insight into the real-time performance of the site by showing information about the current generation, open alerts, and comparing to modeled values if the model has been configured. The Trending Site Performance dashboard provides data for sites over longer periods of time. If configured, this dashboard will show performance relative to energy expectations and/or the PV model. Site Performance plus Virtual Weather data shows performance in context with our available virtual weather fields, including virtual irradiance and snow depth. If configured, this dashboard will show performance versus expectations with adjustments for weather powered by virtual irradiance, available as GEER in our platform. Fleet and group default dashboards currently show charts for measured and expected energy aggregated across all included sites. These defaults will evolve as more widget types become available, so check the release notes or the dashboards themselves for updates. In order to create a custom dashboard, click Add Dashboard in the top right corner of the page. The first window that pops up will ask for the dashboard name. The name that is entered here will be the identifier for the drop-down menu containing the list of dashboards. The name for the dashboard can also be updated at a later time by clicking the edit icon next to the dashboard title. By selecting Add Widget, we can get started creating the first widget for the custom dashboard. You can add a maximum of 12 widgets per dashboard. The next window to add a widget will allow you to name the widget in the top left corner and choose the widget type in the top right corner of the window. The options for widget type from that drop-down list are currently alerts, chart, number, text, and table. Again, we plan to continue adding additional widget types, so please check the release notes or the widget creator itself for updates. For the alert widget type, we first need to select the component or site for which we want to see open alerts. Next, we need to select an alert display style. The two options for this are table or summary. The table will include a list of all open alerts, and the summary will give a count by alert type. For all widget types, you can click to Show Preview to see what the widget will look like as currently configured. Then we simply click Add to add this widget to the dashboard. For the chart widget type, we start by selecting the data fields we would like to be displayed in the chart. Let's do this through an example. Let's say I want a chart to display the measured and modeled power for a meter, plotted alongside the performance index ratio for the last 3 days. So we first select the meter. This will load the available data fields for that component. And here we can select the fields for AC power under the measured section and AC power and performance index under the modeled section. At the bottom of the Data Available pane, the widget will count the number of added data series and the number of allowed data series, so look here for guidance on the upper limits allowed. Next, we can choose to change the style of the individual data fields between line and bar. So in this example, I will select the measured and modeled power to appear as bars. Then select the desired time range and granularity for the chart. For our example, we will select the last 3 days and an hourly granularity. As we saw with the Alert widget, we can also select Show Preview to see what the chart will look like before adding the widget. For the Number widget type, it will display a single data field as a number and provide an option to add a gauge element as well. For example, if we wanted to see the performance index ratio for today, we would need to select the site from the Search Browse pane on the left. Then select the Modeled Performance Indexed data field in the second column. The Number widget is limited to show only one data field. Once the data field has been added, we must specify the desired time range. For our example, we will want to select today. Next, we can choose to add a gauge to this number value. This is typically most useful for ratio data fields like Performance Index and IEER. The gauge interface allows you to specify the threshold for changes in color from red to yellow to green. And lastly, we can preview and add the widget to see this in our dashboard. The Text widget allows users to keep track of project notes, links to cameras or plant controller feeds, or any other useful information or links for the project. For the Text widget type, you will see a text editor that appears on the left side of the window. The editor on the left side of the window uses Markdown syntax. Upon opening the Text widget editor for the first time, there will be an example of the Markdown syntax showing how to change text styling, include links, or reference images. Use this information to help guide your use of this widget. There is an automatic preview generated on the right side of the window so that you can see the changes as they are made in the editor. Please make sure to delete the example Markdown syntax before finishing. You can clear all of the text with a single click here. Once you have made the necessary changes, simply click Add Widget to add the text to the dashboard. The Table widget type acts similarly to the Chart widget, but displays data in tabular form instead of a chart. For example, if you'd like to see the measured, expected, and modeled energy for a site, start by selecting the site from the Search Browse pane. Next, select the desired data fields from the following pane. For our example, we will need to select the measured, expected, and modeled data fields, then click Add. The 3 data fields will appear as columns in the table, and the number of rows will be determined by the user-specified time frame and granularity. If we select a time frame of last 7 days and a daily granularity, there will be 7 rows created within the table. Remember to look for the allowed limits for the widget in the bottom of the second pane above the Add button. Now that we have seen how to build out custom dashboards, let's take a quick look at an example of a previously built-out dashboard and how it can help with our regular site analysis. Here we have a site with 2 meters and 9 inverters under each meter. We created a custom dashboard called Component Performance Today to help visualize the performance of these underlying components for the current day. These top 2 widgets show the measured and modeled power with the performance index for each meter, giving a quick view into any underperformance at the meter level. Then, under each meter, we created a chart showing the AC power of the underlying inverters. This will quickly point out any particular inverters that are experiencing underperformance relative to the other inverters on site. Down below, we also added widgets to plot the various weather data from the weather stations on site. As you can see, this dashboard gives us a quick view into the performance of all these components and can be easily recalled on a daily basis to review. To delete a dashboard or widget, simply click the trash can in the upper right corner. In order to refresh the data that is being displayed in any of the dashboards, you can manually refresh by clicking in the top right corner of the screen, or you can set the dashboard to refresh automatically every 15 minutes. We hope that you enjoy the LocusNOC. If you have feedback you would like to provide, please see the Help section of the portal. For any questions, please send an email to support@locusenergy.com.